One depicts how someone wants to be viewed, the other how society wants to view them. For African Americans,
when I was growing up, I didn't like history because everything I heard about me was negative.
documentary filmmaker Thomas Allen Harris introduces us to the photographers who are challenging and changing old stereotypes, and explores the powerful connection between image and identity in America's dark past.
When you look at a black person, when I look at a black person, African American, me, them, us, who do you see?
Through a lens darkly, black photographers and the emergence of a people. Now, only on Independent Lens. This program is made possible in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Every Negro boy and every Negro girl born in this country until this present moment undergoes the agony of trying to find in the body politic, in the body social, outside himself, herself, some image of himself or herself which is not demeaning.
When you look in the mirror, who do you see?
I'm a professor of photography,
I'm an artist.
also a photographer.
I'm an artist.
I'm the tap dancer.
Do you see yourself now?
There's a self-consciousness that's involved with being who you are.
Do you see yourself in the past? Future? Do you see yourself through your own eyes?
I don't subscribe to victimology. I'm not a victim.
When you look at a black person, when I look at a black person, African American, them, us, you, who do I see? Who do you see? Do I see us? Do you see us now? Do I see us then? Do you see us then? Do I see us in a time yet to come? Am I looking through a lens darkly? There are secrets in every family. Sometimes they're buried deeply, and sometimes they're right out there in the open, willfully unseen. There is one place where all the secrets reside. In the family photo album. In what it chooses to represent, and in what is absent, hidden. My secret is connected to the day my father left. On that day, I remember him roughly wiping Vaseline off my face, saying, "Do you want people out there to think you're a greasy monkey?" Inside, I felt shame for the color of my skin, my hair, my lips, my nose. Who would look at me and see not a little boy, but a monkey? What out there had the power to make a father so afraid?
Very early on, I realized there was really something wrong with the way in which the black subject had been imaged vis-a-vis the media. I'd never seen black people look like that. That's sort of like my first early memory, you know, like the deep memory of the photographic image and its distortion of the black subject.
When I was growing up, I didn't like history because everything I heard about me was negative.
As a child at the age of 6, I realized that I am black, and I didn't want to be black.
I knew a world of people who dressed fabulously, who led interesting lives, and who were represented in family albums in a very celebratory way. And I would go into museums and I wouldn't see any of that material at all.
The family album was the world of my grandfather. He had a ritual for any occasion. We would line up before his camera until he got the perfect shot. He gave me and my brother Lyle our first cameras. And encouraged us to follow in his footsteps.
Taking photographs of each other, much part of the ritual of getting together. It had an impact in terms of a sense of self, what it meant to see one's reflection, which is very in counter-distinction to the kind of reflection I might have seen in advertising.
How is the photograph used in the battle between two legacies, self-affirmation and negation? Our salvation as a people, as a culture, depends on salving the wounds of this war. A war of images within the American family album.
The black photographers have the photographs of the black family.
I've been working as an artist in film and photography for the past 20 years, trying to reconcile these two conflicting legacies on a journey that's taken me around the world. As a young filmmaker, I met Deb Willis at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture. She was doing pioneering work on the history of black photographers, and we became close allies. She put me in my first show and published my first photographs. Together with her and this community of image makers, friends and family, working in parallel journeys, we've joined forces on the battleground of the National Family Album. Our weapon of choice, the camera.
As a student of photography in the 70s, I was amazed and dismayed that there were no African American in the history books of photography.
I didn't know anything about the history of black photographers.
Well, I didn't know any black photographers historically.
The history of photography, one book was written in the 30s, another book in the 60s.